They ain't finna do it.
Right.
So,
Hey, if I
you
get to
know,
spinning around, man, y'all, if I get to spinning around, y'all see like, dang, what's going on in the background? I got some work going on in my bedroom now. So
okay.
just, just, just look past what you see on the wall right now.
No problem.
Yeah, the
No
wall
don't
problem.
looking
pay,
kind of sick right now.
don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
No. Hey, no. That's a backdrop. That's a backdrop. Don't even worry about it.
No problem. No problem.
I got you. I got you.
Oh man. Well, shoot, it's been another police shooting in Minnesota.
Hmm.
Um, this one was a no-knock warrant.
Hmm.
The police they had a key to this guy's apartment. Opened up the door. He went in. The police went in. He sleep under
Oh
the
yeah,
cover with a
on the
gun.
couch, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I seen that.
And just another. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one, man. Well, I guess I do know what I want to say. That you know, I think they need to just totally do away with no-knock warrants.
Oh, I don't think they're necessary anymore anyway, because everybody got okay. If you're gonna make it legal for people to have a concealed weapon, especially here in Georgia, on anybody else that's watching, that'll see this anywhere else. In Georgia right now, they are passing a bill for you. You don't have to have a concealed weapon license to have a concealed weapon anymore. I don't know if it's passed yet or not. I think it has. I ain't sure, but if you gonna make it legal for me to be able to have a weapon on my person, and you ain't got to know I got it, you gonna have to get rid of them no not warrant. Because if you bust in my house in the middle of the night and I'm half crazy, the first thing I'm gonna do is pull my gun out and start shooting too. I mean, you can't, I don't care if you holler out police 30,000 times. You just woke me up out of a dead sleep. My gun next to me. All I know is somebody just kicked in my door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, not only are you risking my life, my family's life, you risking your own life by coming in there like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just
But,
don't understand
but
why they won't stop it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just to me a crazy situation, man. My heart go out to his family, and
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They need to just do away with it, man. I mean, wait
I
till
mean,
broad daylight to.
I think the person that issued the warrant ought to be held accountable. I think the
Yeah.
cops that went in there ought to be held accountable. I mean, it's a whole lot of people that need to roll for them, because he and this gun that he picked up was his gun. He had it legally, so they can't say he was no thug. He bought no gun off the street. He was a felon, and come to find out, he ain't even to do what they were looking for. You know what I'm saying? So.
what was the no knock warrant for?
It was for somebody else, his cousin or somebody who was a felon. Then they were trying to, was a felony warrant that they had for him. And they got a no knock warrant. I don't know if they thought he was hoarding the dude or they just thought he lived there. But
my thing of it is, okay, if you just serving a warrant. Now I can see if you're doing a no knock and you trying to go in because this is like a known hot spot for drug selling, drug paraphernalia, whatever. Okay,
Mhm.
you trying to get in there before they get rid of everything. But
Right.
if you just trying to apprehend someone,
Yeah, you
if you
just
got
serving
the
a warrant.
place surrounded, why you need a no knock warrant when you can just knock? Hey, even if they do try to do anything, they can't get out the house.
It was an apartment I mean, he was an apartment. They was on like the second floor. It didn't look like he was going nowhere. At least he went out the window. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying? I
then you're
mean,
gonna jump. You're gonna jump right down into them. I just don't. To me, it's just too many dangerous variables
yeah.
for a no knock warrant. You got and just imagine. Okay, well, okay. Now you up there around Chicago and those areas where you got all these shootings, and you got people trying to do stuff the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in my house, and I already got all these shooting going on in my neighborhood. So I'm trying to protect what's in my house. You better believe that I'm gonna have my gun close by.
Yeah, of
So in
course.
those type areas where it's already everybody already kind of fidgety because of the crimes that are going on, why would you want to serve a no knock warrant?
I know, right? That is it's a little
That's a
ridiculous.
good question right there. Yeah. That's a good question. I mean, like you said, hey, the way of the world now, hey, everybody almost got a gun, like you said, for protection or whatever.
Right.
The almost average everyday
Right.
citizen.
And
Right.
my other thing too is it seemed to be a lot of this, you walking in people's house and killing the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? You can't get your intelligence together before you go knocking in, busting in people's house. I mean, can you even confirm that they do what there? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because from what I understand, I don't even think the guy was there. So you busting this dude house, killed the innocent man because he had nothing to do with what the cousin was doing. You just busting and killed the innocent man for nothing. You didn't even get the dude you looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now you want to wash your hands of it like, oh well, we had a no knock warrant. He had a gun. We didn't know. We had to act in. Oh,
My
bro,
thing of it is,
can't have both ways.
How much training have these no knock officers that are going in these people's houses? How much training have they had in going in these types of environments to where when they go in there, that they're not panicking when they go in there?
Yeah. Because, I mean, he get up with a gun in his hand. What do you expect him to do? You just bust in his house.
In the middle of the night while he's
in the middle of the night while he sleep.
Yeah.
The same thing with Breonna Taylor. You remember her boyfriend got up busting. You know what I'm saying? They end up shooting her because he got up busting. You know what I'm saying? When he realized they were the cop, he dropped the gun. But they went in, ain't saying nothing. All he heard was somebody kick the door in. He carried that gun. He started busting them. Mm-hmm. The dude on the outside of the patio door shot inside the house. Didn't even look. You know what I'm saying? And end up killing that girl while she laying in the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's
another no knock warrant. And then on top of that, dude they were looking for didn't he live there?
Yeah, like you said, same scenario. I mean, it's sad, man, that here it is, like we said, Black History Month, when we're still dying, from police brutality, from we got this virus going on. So I mean, it's sad, man. I just don't know what to say.
If I hear one more idiot say that I got the shot, no, what they say? What's the point of getting the shot? You still can catch it. Let me say this to anybody who listen to us, anybody who got a common piece of sense in your head. You get the flu vaccine every year. Do it stop you from catching the flu? No. The vaccine is to keep you from dying from it. They help you fight it off. It ain't to keep you from getting. Please stop telling me lies.
Guess what? The flu shot started out the same way.
Exactly.
It had to progress to where it's at now. But guess what? When people were getting the flu when it first come out, they were dying from it.
Yeah. And you can die
So-
from it now if you ain't vaccinated.
Yeah, you know.
So
Yeah, pretty much.
I need these people to stop telling these lies about, you know, that I thought getting the shot was supposed to keep you from catching corona. No, nobody ever said that. Never said that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, if you got on a mask, you can still catch it. You less likely to catch it if you masked up. You know, so if you still got, you know, people being hospitalized, you still got people dying from it, you still got people getting sick from it. Why in the hell would you take a mask mandate away?
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I don't understand
Okay.
that. No.
So
Because the thing about it is, you know, everybody's skipping over the part where Trump came out and said it wasn't gonna last no more than a month. You know, and it was, and to me, this go all the way back to when he was in office, and he tried to downplay it so bad to where now you got people that was so politically trying to follow him, to where if you were saying anything other than what Trump was saying, they had to find some kind of reason or some way to discredit you or dislike what you were saying.
Mm-hmm. But this the funny thing though, he turned around and started saying that he got the shot, that it worked. Had he known about it before, he would have got it early. You know, he said that himself. Now, he telling people
Trump,
they need to wear masks, and a lot of people that support him was saying, "Hold on, homie, how you switching up?" You know what I'm saying?
man,
But-
Trump ain't nothing but a player from the hood, man. You
But
can't,
check this out.
you came in one lie, I'm finna tell you another.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you two more. You gonna believe one of them?
Yeah, one of them gonna get through that. One of them gonna get through. You know it's bad when you running for president. You running for the office of the presidency, and all the media saying after you come out and you make a statement, everybody say, "Oh, we gotta fact check it first." I'm like, that's a new one. They got to fact check it. They got to fact check everything he said before they put it out there, because they started out saying everything he was saying and it turned out to be a lie. So then they said, well, you know, we have to fact check after Trump president nomination. I'm like, man, when you have to fact check what a president's saying, because you know he known to tell a bunch of lies, and you still voted for him.
When they start saying that crap about some alternative facts, nigga, them lies, alternative fact, that mean you lying. What is an alternative fact? We don't live in we ain't in the
Another name for a
Berthaverse.
white lie. Another name for a white lie.
No, them wasn't even white lies. Them were bald faced black lies. Them were good heavy lies. There were no little teeny white lie that you know you told
Well, you
somebody
know,
to go
it's
somewhere
on-
you wanted
it's
to
on
go
there.
for their birthday. This was
It's
full fledged. You gonna get hurt if you believe this shit lie. That what them was.
It's a white lie. It's a white lie when you can give it a definition.
Okay. I roll
When
with
you
that.
can when you can define the lie, oh, that's a white lie right there. But now a black lie, oh man, you can't even find that. It ain't got no fingerprints on it or nothing. You know that was a straight out hood lie. But I guess
Hey,
when
man.
you say a white lie, when it got a definition to it.
Alternative facts, though, man. I was like,
But listen,
well, the first time I heard him say that, though, man, I was sitting there watching news going, did they really just say that? They said alternative facts. Did they really say that?
But my thing is this, man. Trump was the president of the United States at that time, right? So us as regular citizens, you know, he gonna get the top of the line medication before we get it. So come on, what that tell you? When he called it, he was out of the hospital in what? How many days?
A couple of days, about 2 or 3 days.
So
Oh,
what
man.
Because he already had the vaccine.
I just said,
Okay.
trust me, he already I'm sure they shot him with the first dose. You know what I'm saying? He probably got a vaccination for it before it even got to be a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? You know, they
and he
how
telling
many
people-
presidents have you ever seen be like really sick? And that they came in there with cancer or polio or something, you know. How many of them you done seen sick? Matter of fact, while they was sitting as president, if they were sick, you didn't know nothing about it.
If they were sick, they were about to catch a bullet.
Oh, that. So I mean,
that was going on.
So that's this. They had access to the best. Trust me, man.
Exactly. So
there's
that's
no way
what I'm trying to say. You know, people who believe his lies and just false propaganda. I mean, come on, he gonna get the best of the best while you sitting over here about to die. You know.
Well, the best trick that I wouldn't even say Republican because all of them don't act like that. You know, I happen to agree with a couple of them. You know, a couple of them. And, you know, ain't the whole batch, but a couple of them actually talk with some sense. And I like John Casey. John Casey had kept running for president. I was gonna vote for John Casey. I didn't like Hillary. You know, John Casey was sensible. He had a plan. You know, I didn't care nothing about that he was a Republican. I like John Casey. John Casey had sense. You know what I'm saying? And it was like they just completely overlooked that man. You know what I'm saying? But one of the biggest lies that Republicans ever told is when they start telling scared white people that all colored people, whether they be brown, black, Asian, it don't matter what color they is, anybody who ain't white is your problem. They stealing your jobs, they stealing your women, they stealing your children. You know, they are trying to turn America away from being a white ran nation. Sooner or later, you ain't gonna have no power, and you know, it's lights out for white people in America. That's all they got to tell them. And as long as they keep preaching that, they're gonna keep trying to vote them in. They're gonna keep giving the corporation all the power they can possibly get a corporation. They, you know, these corporations ain't trying to do nothing but make money. Period. They don't care who they make it off of. And if they got to lie to you to get you to keep them in control, that's what they're gonna do. And they're gonna keep doing it. So it's more profitable for them to keep us separate than it is if we all band together and say, you know what, I'm tired of the government treating me like this. I'm tired of my government being bought for the highest dollar. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some people that they're gonna change some law. They're gonna die for they get, you know what I'm saying, before they ever get a chance to do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too much money flowing, too much power being switched around. You know, they're not gonna allow any of that to happen. They keep talking about the Illuminati. You better watch Johnson & Johnson. You know, Procter & Gamble. You know what I'm saying? You better who you need to be watching. Watch Georgia Power.
It's one of those things, man, where, you know, people like, you know, you got millionaires and billionaires, and they got to the position that they're in off of everybody that's going to clock in every day.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
To humanize themselves down to the level of somebody that's punching a clock, what do they have in common? Nothing but color.
That's it.
And they use that as a way of communicating with those that don't have the privileges that they don't have, but to make them think that they got the same privileges because of their skin color. When really it ain't about that. It's about money. It's about how much money you got. Because guess what? There's no way that if you was in the room with billionaires and millionaires, and then you put a broke black dude in there and a broke white dude in there, they gonna stick out like two sore thumbs. Not because of their color, but because they don't know the culture of being amongst rich people.
Mm-hmm. But they'll tell that white man though, hey man, look, me and you just alike. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason you ain't got as much money I do because of him. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. And what I don't understand is why the white man ain't woke up yet and said, you know what?
Right.
You know, they playing me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why they ain't woke up yet and said, "Hey man, don't get played." You know what I'm saying?
If I can keep y'all walking around with one hand balled up like a fist and the other hand on your gun, you ain't gonna even feel me going in your back pocket.
Yep.
You ready to swing with one hand and you ready to pull the trigger with the other hand. So get what? You ain't paying no attention that I'm standing behind you, pulling your wallet out your pocket,
taking all the money out your wallet,
taking it all,
sucking it out with a vacuum cleaner. You ain't even paying no attention. Gotcha.
Yeah, I done told you he getting it, but you don't know that I'm getting it because guess what? I done disguised it in taxes, or I'm running. I need a fundraiser. I need for you to donate to this fundraiser.
Inflation.
Don't
you
say
work
nothing
for
about
me.
Taking their guns.
I'm talking about you work for me though.
Yeah.
You know, now you work for me making a product that you can't afford to get because I won't pay you enough to be able to afford to get it. But you work for me though. Does that make any sense? I look at it like this, you know, the company
And
my
the man
wife
you
works
hate,
for,
the man
I won't
you
call
hate
their
clocking
name.
in just like you.
Yeah, and I won't call their name, but the company my wife works for. You know what I'm saying? You work for them, but the product that they sell you got, and they can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Because you pay as much, if not more, than the people on the street that buying it. They getting a little bit cheaper than they is, and you work for them. You know what I'm saying?
I can believe that. I can believe that.
You know,
I can believe that. Just imagine you out there working. You work day in and day out putting Tesla together, but you ain't never sat in one.
Ain't never owned that, and never will. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, have you seen that one? You seen that commercial in the news where a guy in a Tesla ran into a cop car, and then the cop car ran into the state patrol car, and they asked the dude, what was he doing? He said, watching a movie.
He surely did. So he was watching a movie. I mean, they done proved 100 times, man, that LiDAR or whatever they call it, the thing that's supposed to drive the car for them, that it don't work.
Yeah.
You know, it fails. You know, it can't even detect simple curves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what happened to it. It supposed to been turning the curve. It kept straight, hit the police car. You know what I'm saying? So why would you ever? Wow. I would never trust a vehicle to drive for me. You know, we ain't got that far advanced yet. Not yet.
I wouldn't use that function or whatever.
Well, you know what? If I want to do that, I would have to be way out on the road somewhere in the desert by myself. You know what I'm saying? And I got dog tired and I just can't take it no more. You know, I can't even see straight. I can stay woke, but I can't see straight. I know, right? I probably just
I'm gonna have to stop. Yeah, stop. Cause get what? Even with everything that they put in these vehicles, everything they're doing, get what? It's still man-made.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still man-made. Just and this is one for you, Jack. What about they got it now to where they even practicing robots. Trucks don't have anybody driving.
Oh yeah.
I think I heard about it. It's going down the road by itself, and they testing it now to where it's a human element in there, but they're a passenger. They're just a passenger in there. I was like, wow. Can you imagine 80,000 pounds coming past you and ain't nobody driving?
Ain't nobody driving.
No, I can't imagine that. No, man.
I'm sorry.
You got an 80-pound missile coming at you at 80 and 90 miles per hour. Ain't nobody in it.
Yeah. Ain't nobody in it.
It malfunction. That's just death.
What if they have a fried circuit?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, it raining and a little water they got in there by mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm serious. Little water they got in there short or something out by mistake.
Yeah.
Hey, man. That's a done deal.
Oh,
we haven't reached that stage.
We had a amount of hiccups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but 34 dead though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
We haven't reached the Jetsons stage. We haven't reached the Jetsons set.
Nah, we ain't got that yet. We need to be
I
up
don't
off
even
the
want to go
ground.
there. I don't
Look,
even go there.
our vehicles need to be up off the ground before we start letting automatic drive on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Woo, woo.
I mean,
I don't know, cause I don't want nobody running into my house. They out on the highway, it might get by, but I don't want to be laying in bed. Something come through my roof. You know,
Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel you. I
whoa.
feel you. I feel you. Yeah,
Man, you done came through my roof and you DUI. You just came through my roof DUI. How you hit some flying above everything?
I know, right?
people know that's the thing. People can't even drive on the road yet.
I
So how
know.
we gonna drive in the air? I mean,
But
a lot of
that's my point, though.
It's gonna have to be retaught, or Scott. What we'll have air license, or I don't know.
Wow.
Well, I figure by the time that happened, though, we'll be gone.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know,
that's something for our great grandkids. I assume, though, because they trying to make self-driving cars. So, I mean, I wouldn't have never thought I would have seen that.
You almost got a pilot license, though.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. I wouldn't have never thought in my lifetime I would have actually seen somebody going down the road watching a movie and letting the car drive for them. You know what I'm saying? That's still off to me. The young people, it might not be that big a deal to them.
Right.
But let me ask this question, y'all: How simplified will it be? I mean, are we gonna have to be? I mean, all pilots. I mean, if I want to fly something, I'll go to school to be a pilot.
Hey man, they're gonna have to fix it.
And then,
All you gotta do is what you're doing now.
You know what? You ain't gonna have no street sign, so you're gonna have to go by a compass to get where you want to go.
Yeah. Car traffic control.
That mean the people gonna have to be smarter.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look at it like this though, Jack. My kids growing up in an era that they done always had phones. They done always had computers, laptops, video games with good graphics. They ain't playing video game with the blocks like we used to. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know what it. It was some game I showed BJ one day. BJ was like, "How did y'all play this?" You know what I'm saying? They looking at the graphic going, "This would have drove this right here. It was driving them crazy. They can't hardly watch. Right. They can't hardly look at them without no HD. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it drive them crazy.
Hey, I give them that. I give them that now. I give them that. But
now I said that to say this.
On our defense.
Go ahead.
On our defense, I kind of hear where you're going with, how fast they catching on this right now. But their attention span ain't worth a shit.
I agree with that now. I agree with that.
Kids nowadays, that's why if you look at it now, matter of fact, it's crazy that we just said that, but I was riding when we were going to the barbershop Sunday. Mm-hmm. I played 2 old songs in Quint truck, and they lasted from Ellerville. They lasted from here at the house all the way to the barbershop.
Yeah, I heard y'all about
it. And he was like, Daddy, that one song is that long? It blew his mind that we went from out here from our house all the way to America, and we didn't listen to but 2 songs.
Yeah, they teach.
It blew his mind. And compared to what they listen to, I said a song now don't last about 2.5, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I said back then. I said even back when my dad had albums. You might have an album that lasts 30 minutes. It might not have about 3 to 5 songs on. Mm-hmm. He was like, "What?" I'm like,
"What?" The max at one point was about 8.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's about all you getting.
And I was looking at a show one night to where they was talking about commercials, and they were saying because of the attention span of younger people is so short, to where they shorten the commercials down from 2 minutes to 30 seconds. Commercials don't last about 30 seconds now, because they know they felt like, okay, after 30 seconds, with the generations that are adults now, after 30 seconds, you lose their attention.
That's funny that you said that. On my kids don't even know what cable is. Everything they watch on the internet. Whether it be TV shows, whether it be YouTube, whether it's movies, we ain't had cable in I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? Everything we watch, if it ain't streaming, we ain't looking at it. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know what it means to flip channels. You know what I'm saying? You know, well, my daughter
I'm in the country. I'm gonna leave that to y'all city folks.
I mean, you know, they got like my daughter, she loves Golden Girl, but see, she just pull up the Golden Girl and watch every last one of them. You know what I'm saying? Until she get tired of looking at it or until she finish it, then she move on to another show.
Hey, I still got cable, y'all. I hadn't even advanced to Fire Stick yet.
Well, I mean, us not having cable ain't never affected them. Because they always been YouTubers and watching, you know, shows on you know, like on the Fire Stick and stuff, Netflix and that kind of stuff. You know, Hulu. When they any show they did want to watch, they will wait and watch it on Hulu the next day, so they ain't have to look at the commercial. You know what I'm saying? So
see, we ain't got internet service like that, so cable is about as good as you gonna get.
Oh, trust me, if y'all had internet service like that, Quentin would be the same way. They wouldn't look at no regular TV. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Like when we was watching Wicked Tune out to your house the other day. You know what I'm saying? You remember me saying I'm gonna go back and watch these because I can pull them up right on Disney.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
And that's me and BJ we'll sit here and watch it for hours. You know what I'm saying? Because we can just pull them up and look at them.
Right.
You know, so they have no clue what it means to be the remote control. You know, the sense
when you start watching shows like that, when you start watching shows like that, when you say commercial free, you probably episode don't last about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Where when you watch it on it's about an hour long, but you got a half hour commercial.
A comedy show, 20 minute top. That's tops. No commercial. We can watch in an hour. We can watch 4 or 5 episodes of Martin.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And no joke. Wow. In an hour, because they usually be about 20 minutes long. So 3, we can watch 3. In an hour, we can watch 3 episodes.
Wow.
Yep.
That's why I try to tell Quinn. I said, man, you know, it's like it's you know, no matter where you decide that you want to live, it's gonna be advantages and disadvantages.
Oh yeah.
To where you at. You know, the question is, what disadvantages can you live without?
Well, that's what it boils down to.
That's gonna be the question. You know, can you live without? What disadvantage in that area can you live without? And you know what disadvantages you can't live without is gonna kind of determine where you want to be.
Well, you know, growing up in Ellerville, though, period, you know, we didn't get cable till we were almost in high school.
Yeah.
Or in high school, matter of fact, you know.
In high school.
And then we ain't had nothing but VH1. So, you know, that's the only music channel we had, that anything that showed video for, you know, video. Yep. Well, all we had was VH1. Right. So that's how we all know about Bon Jovi and Survivor and, you know, Chicago and Whitesnake. You know, that's how we know about these rock groups, because that's all we ever saw. You know what I'm saying? So,
yep. You know, MTV, then what? MTV came later.
Yeah, that came later. And then we finally got BET, I think, right before I graduated, which was in 91. You know what I'm saying? I think that's when BET finally came. So, you know, we didn't even get to see the good rap videos and stuff back then. You know, we would have to catch them on Saturday night when, like on Saturday night videos or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When it was, what was that show that came on where they played like the videos you want to see late at night?
Oh man. On BET.
Yeah, what was that guy name?
Fab Five Freddy.
I can't think of his name.
He had funny color eyes.
Yeah, it was like the raunchy video.
Yeah.
Golly, I can't think of his name. You talking about Danny Simpson?
Danny Simpson. That's
Danny
it.
Simpson. Yeah.
What was like Bit Like Love or something like that?
I can't think of the name of it. BET After Dark or something like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Stay up, see them booty.
Stay up, boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You gotta stay up,
Hey,
like them booty cheeks.
Sound like somebody going to the bathroom. You hit the mute button.
Uh-huh. I remember I got caught up one night. Got caught up one night watching a Luke video. I was like, man, they showing all this. Oh my goodness! So now they just pull up on their phone. They ain't even blocked. I mean, really. Think about the devilment we would have got into if we had a cell phone that do all the stuff they'll do now. Back then. Oh my!
Back then, man, the best thing we could come up with was looking at tab porn books and the pages stuck together. We like, oh, what's wrong with it right here? Boy, you talking about time done changed. That's a whole new ball game, that was.
I'll try to tell you.
Whole new ball game,
to tell you.
Then we went from name magazines to actual videos. I'm like, yeah. Hey, you know what? It was good. We didn't have that kind of stuff, but
I'm trying to tell you, we'd have been some misfits.
Because our kids ain't got the nerve that we had. They ain't got the nerve that we had back then.
Well, you know, we were just talking about
we
that.
Had access.
We'd
had that. Huh?
I was finna tell Jackie, we were just telling the boys that, man, if they did a quarter of the stuff that we used to do when we were their age, they wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
They would not survive.
Hey, I want to say something, but I don't know how to say it because I don't know how you gonna put it. How you gonna put the show? You know.
Just say it.
Just say it, bro.
We'll hold that back on him. Just say it.
You said you're gonna edit everything, right?
We might. Okay. Depends on what you say.
All right. It seemed like the guys. I'm speaking about the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Back in our day, the top 3 things on our mind were sports.
Come on.
and let's just say trying to fill up. Let's just say trying to. God, I don't know how to put it. Put it how I want to put it how you want to put it.
Draw.
Want to Copperfield.
Okay,
Copperfield.
But now these guys, they seem like they'll rather shoot somebody than to do that.
Oh yeah.
That's wrong.
Shoot, smoke, play video game.
That's what I don't get.
You know what though? We had our time that we smoked weed and drank. We had our time that we would get into some nonsense and get to fight. But the majority of the time, I say 85% of the time, our mind was on trying to get to a girl.
Yes.
Two things. Yeah. 2 things. Beer and booty.
There you go.
There it is. There it is. We were trying to have fun and get a hold to a girl. That's it.
Yep. You get buzzed, and after you get buzzed, you look. Hey, you done got your buzz on. Now you looking for somebody. Hey, you looking for where the girls at?
Yeah.
I don't understand
about killing nobody. Hey, if I stepped on your shoes, and I'm sure you, or if we had a beef with somebody, it then turned to.
Did it
I'm
turn
gonna go get my Glock. I'm gonna go get my 32. Nah. It turned to that, man.
Well, you know, we still used to actually fist fight back then. You know, sometimes you got knocked out, sometimes you didn't. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those situations where, you know, depending on who you were with, kind of determine on what kind of night you were gonna have. Cause, you know, if you with somebody that you know, ain't got your back, then you know to keep a low profile and, you know, get yourself out of situations and go home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if you got all your boys with you, you might get a little brody then. You know what I'm saying? and the best man
Right,
made the
right.
best man win. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it was rare, very, very rare that somebody would pull out a gun and go to shoot. Very rare. You know, we had that happen from time to time. Somebody done got embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? They want to shoot. But even they boys would be like, hey man, you going too far.
That's what I was just finna say. Back then, man, when you had like cats that were loud or always like to start mess but didn't have no hit game. And then they was always hanging around guys that probably could stand their ground. These guys would turn around and then they would check that, hey man, you need to check yourself, man.
Yeah.
You need to stand down,
Yeah.
man. You need to cut that mess out, man. But you ain't got that now because everybody's so shameful. Don't nobody want to be shamed. So
don't nobody want to be
got a lot of
embarrassed.
guys, right? You got a lot of guys that are sitting in prison now because they didn't want to look soft because they bowed down because they didn't have no hands, but they went and got a gun.
How about this?
I guarantee you go and ask them guys, man. Go ahead.
I was just saying, how about this? Funny you said that. A conversation me and BJ were having on the way home Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday when we was on the way home Sunday. I don't know how we got to talking about it. Well, we was talking about the video that Teddy was showing us at the barbershop. You know, about how them young boys been killing each other and all that carrying on they've been doing in Chicago. And we was talking about, I don't know how we got to talking about the baby. We started talking about the baby and how the baby was in Walmart and ended up shooting the dude. I said, he ended up shooting the dude in Walmart and, his album sale then dropped and then, that's what we were talking about Whoopi Goldberg. We was like, Whoopi Goldberg misspoke because I don't think she had no ill intention. I think she didn't say what she was trying to say properly. And it cost her, but Whoopi know the game. And, I ain't crying no tear for Whoopi. She know what time it is. Watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But I was saying, that they want to cancel her. I said, baby shot somebody. His record sales ain't went down none. And he made the comment that, well, he said, well, I can understand why he shot him. I said, why did he shoot him? I said, I just knew he got into it with somebody at Walmart. I said, what was the deal behind that? And he was saying that the dude was trying to rob him. He had his baby and baby mama with him. I said, okay, so I said, how they end up being turned into a shooting though? He said the dude pulled a gun out on him, while he had his baby and baby mama with him. I said, so his first instinct was to pull out another gun and shoot. I said, look, let me explain something. I said, that was just stupid. He said, what if somebody was trying to rob you? What would you do? I said, and y'all standing behind me, I'm gonna give it to him. He looked at me like, what? You know what I'm saying? I said, son.
Well, you know what?
I said,
this is
let me explain something.
I got to say this to you. I got to say this because with that situation right there, that tell you the mindset of our youth. But at the same time, like you're saying, like, okay, guess what? You talking about baby. He said that his record sales hadn't dropped. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it was that the dude was trying to get, it ain't like he couldn't buy some more.
That's what I was just about to say. And I told him, I said, if somebody stick a gun in my face and say, give it up, give me everything you got on you. I said, I'm gonna look at y'all and say, okay, pass everything forward. I'm taking my stuff off. I said, cause I guarantee you, there ain't nothing I'm wearing, ain't nothing I got on me worth me losing my life or risking y'all getting hurt. Nothing.
Right.
I mean, zero. I don't own nothing that's worth my life.
Right.
Nothing. I don't own nothing I can't replace. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't replace it, I ain't need it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nothing. I say whatever gold chain, whatever diamonds he had on, whatever diamonds his girl had on, whatever he had, wasn't worth him risking them getting shot, nobody else in that store getting shot, for him to knock a gun away from this dude and pull his out and shoot. I said, do you realize how dangerous that was and how stupid it was? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I said he did that for two reasons. I got an image to uphold, and all that testosterone was built up in his chest at the time, And instead of him making a good decision and just letting this dude have it, you know what I'm saying, and making sure his baby mama didn't get killed or nobody else in that store got killed, he pulled out another gun. So now you done raised the risk again of somebody else getting hurt. You know what I'm saying?
In other words, they were like, you ain't heard my songs. You ain't been listening to my songs.
You don't know who you fooling with. You don't know who you fooling with. You know, dude, get up. And I told him, I said, if you and your boys together, and somebody come to rob y'all, let them have it. I said, you ain't got no car, no shoes, no jewelry. You ain't got nothing in this life. Nothing. You don't own nothing that you can't give up and come home. Nothing. So I just want you to remember that. Don't you never fight nobody that done pull the gun out and you talking about robbing you. Let them have it. You go. You make sure you make it home.
Yeah.
Especially with now that he's driving. I said, hey, look, now that you're driving, I said, if somebody come up to you and tap on your window and tell you to get out the vehicle, get out. It ain't like we can't get another vehicle.
Yeah.
Don't lose your life to save a vehicle. Don't lose your life to save stuff. Again, what stuff can be replaced. You know, just like being in a wreck. You know, somebody stealing your stuff is just like being in an accident. Just look at it as you being in an accident, and guess what? Okay, I got insurance. It can be replaced.
Exactly. And if you walk around with diamonds on, big old chain, and you ain't insured none of that stuff, you the stupid one.
Yeah.
You stupid. You walking around with these thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of diamonds and stuff, and you ain't got none of this stuff insured. Dummy.
And people out here walking around amongst you broke.
This. You at Walmart shining, blinking.
Walmart.
Real stuff now. You at Walmart now, but you out there just stunned at Walmart.
Flexing.
Yeah.
Why you flexing at Walmart?
Exactly.
That's why I wish our people would change their mindset, man. I mean, you say you at Walmart. I mean, come on.
Walmart.
Right. So and I don't think that, BJ don't think he no thug or nothing, but just where his mind was, thinking that
somebody trying to take what he had.
That he was right to pull out a gun and shoot this dude because he pulled out a gun on him. No, sir. No. That's dead wrong. All day, every day, twice on Sunday. He was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I tell Quint? When you see anybody carrying a gun on their person, they're not carrying it for themselves. They don't know this, but they're not carrying it for themselves. They carrying it to protect somebody around them. Because if somebody wants you, they gonna get you before you can pull your gun out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if
somebody really wanted to get you and they see you got a gun, they finna sneak you, and before you realize they on top of you, before you can realize they on top of you, they already done got on you before you can try to grab your gun. You got to try to get them off you first. Man, so if you got a gun on you, go ahead.
Now I would say they gonna come at you just like that because they know you got one. I mean, come on, man. I take it from somebody who used to walk around with their gun on. Didn't kill. Here it is. Come at. You know what I'm saying? So, but I learned though that was just young and stupid. Didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? I have a gun on me now. You'll never know it. You know what I'm saying? You'll never know it. So I don't want you to know it. I am cool with the. Well, no, I won't say that because if I want to conceal a weapon, I just go get a permit for one. You opening the door for people who normally wouldn't be able to get a concealed weapon license. Now they ain't got to have it. Then that
opening up for more shooting, more deaths.
Yeah, that's probably dangerous, I would imagine, because it's a scrutiny behind having a concealed weapon. You had to have a reason. You couldn't just have a concealed weapon for no reason. So as soon as you will go try to get a concealed license, they won't know why. Right. What you need a concealed weapon license for. If you ain't law enforcement, private investigator, security, something like that, where you need to put it in your coat jacket or, you don't need to be walking around with it out, then you wouldn't finna get it. Now they done switched that around now that just because you bought a gun, you ain't even got to. You have it on you now. Ain't nobody got to know you got it.
Okay.
You know. So
And to me, that's you know, just from being somebody that in the past that, you know, especially when I was younger, that not even had my gun on me, but had it in the car with me. Just knowing, just from thinking back, you have a different level, a different tolerance level, a different you got a different level of what you would take when you got a gun.
That fuse gets short when you know you got your weapon with you.
You're a little bit more. It might be some words that you probably wouldn't say if you didn't have a gun that you would say when you know you got one.
Like I say, when you Brody, and all that testosterone get the building up in that chest, cause you think you got that heat with you, and ain't nobody quicker than you. You know, it's like like the Wild Wild West all over again. You know who the quickest draw. You know, and that's just stupid. It's just stupid, man. Just walk away. It ain't even worth it. You know, I will tell anybody they the most macho man in the world when they learn how to just walk away from a situation. That's being a man.
And most of the time nowadays,
a man gunslinger.
Most of the time nowadays, even if you pull your gun on one, 9 times out of 10, that person ain't by themselves. These kids nowadays traveling packs.
I mean, there's that whole situation what we were listening to down in the barbershop, man. You know, one killed them, now that crew got to kill one. Now that crew got to kill one. Now that crew, and they just been going backwards and forward, backwards and forward, backwards and forward. You got out, so now you can't come back home no more. You come back visit your folk. Now we got to kill you. You know, something like, man, this. Right. I said, me and PJ was talking about, like, do you realize how stupid that is? He's like, yeah, that's stupid. But then, you know, you turn around and think the baby was justified in turning around and shoot somebody in a Walmart. Like, man, I said, do not let the music industry shape you into somebody who think that is an okay thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too easy. It's easy to walk away. You just walk off. Say, can let them call you a punk. Be a punk.
Question.
You know one thing.
So I'm sorry. I just want to ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
You know, I'm specifically speaking about our youth as young black men. Do y'all think they are reachable to have a change of mindset? Because I hate to say it, and I feel like they're not reachable.
I disagree.
I say some of them.
Okay. The only reason I say
it depends on.
Now go ahead. Go ahead, Blue.
Oh, you know, I would say, you know, like that situation up there, you know, we were listening at the barbershop in Chicago. The one thing that I saw that all these kids were dying. They were like maybe 25 or younger. All these kids 25 down to maybe 16. All these kids that were dying, they had one thing in common. Sound like when none of them working. Then none of them really have anything that they had that was of value other than the reputation that they had from being in these games.
And the handful of them that was rapping.
Right.
They had a couple of them that was rapping. They had a couple of them that had got away. But even they were still in and out of
they were still tied in.
Yeah, they were still tied up in that mess too. They was trying to get away, but you know, it is easy to move yourself physically. But if you don't free your mind, you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna help you. That's why I say I disagree. I think they are reachable if you can get that mind to free up. You know what I'm saying? Because if all you have ever known was that foolishness, you know what I'm saying? If that foolishness is what you grew up with, and that foolishness is all you know, you have no idea what happens on the other side of the world until you get away from it. Then you start realizing it's people out here ain't living like this. And I don't have to live like this. You know what I'm saying? And with a little bit of guidance, You know what I'm saying? I think it's possible to be turned around. But you gotta first of all get that perpetual motion to stop. You know, I kill you, you kill one of mine, I kill one of yours, and then I'll just keep going back and forth till everybody dead. And then another group started up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
if you get that mindset to change though,
Yeah.
you know, if you get the environment to change, you'll be all right. But the environment ain't gonna help unless you get the mind to change.
Yeah.
You know, your body would transform if you get your mind to transform. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get your mental to change, then your physical will always change. And so does your spirit and
Well,
your emotion.
in some of
You
those
know.
situations, some of those situations up there, I feel like if they wasn't in that environment, it would be easier for them to change. But when you're in that environment, most kids nowadays are so associated with being around um, each other, like they can't function without their friends.
Mhm.
To where
Yeah.
if you kind of take them out of that environment, to where hey, we're gonna put you over here, and if you start wearing your pants up above your butt crack, ain't nobody gonna look at you strange. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? If they come out of that environment where they ain't got to look like a thug, or they ain't got to look like they're gang banging, or they ain't got to act and carry themselves in the way that they used to being around in their everyday life in the hood, and you put them in an environment where people are living opposite of what they used to seeing every day, then guess what? They're going to either want to change, or they're going to want to revert back to where they was. But if
Mhm.
they able to see in that change that everything that they was trying to struggle and steal and kill and fight for, that they can get it another way in this other environment, then hey, that might cause them to change their mindset and really not look at themselves, or really not have to worry about somebody say, hey man, oh, you're a sellout, or you doing it like that. You know what I mean? Because that
Yeah.
kind of pressure with the young folk means a lot nowadays.
Yeah. And I said that, but
I don't mean to go, God,
those.
but
Oh yeah, we've been on here for a while,
go ahead.
man. Go on and drop off if you need to. It's all
Yeah,
good.
All right,
yeah,
brother. We'll see you, man.
I'll
I got
just
something to
say,
tell you. Hey,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Now I was just finna say that,
Go
then
ahead,
we're
B.
gonna cut it off, man. I was just about to say that with that situation, I agree with you wholeheartedly. They gotta change their environment first. And before you get their mind switch. They're not gonna be able to do it until they leave the area they in. You know. But anyway, we're gonna cut it right there, man. Y'all, go ahead and drop off, man. I appreciate you being on here with
All
us
right.
tonight. I'm gonna go on and close out the show, and you have a blessed night, man. Let me say this, y'all.
All right. Love you guys, man.
Love you too, man. Y'all take care. All right.
Good night, man.
Right.
Tell everybody we said hey.
We'll do the same for us, bro.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, now.
All right. Hold on, Jack. Don't leave yet.
All right, I'm here.
All right, let me do it like this. Okay, y'all. Well, let me say this much, and I went to my little solo page here. All right, it's like this. We talked about a couple of different things here tonight, and I just want to give my final thoughts on it. From we talked about racism, we talked about the government, we talked about the virus and everything else, but our whole focus and our whole goal on this show is to try to change mind, to try to get men of all ages to understand that we have a purpose in life, that God charged us with being the head of the household, that God also charged us with teaching and ministering to our families. If you have a son or a daughter, or you just got married and y'all don't have any kids yet, we're research and find out what your role is as a man, as a father, as a son, as a brother, whatever you are to somebody. Be the best that you can be. The best thing you can do is find out exactly what your role is. It's very hard to to try to be the best person you can when you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing. So seek out an older man that they got his stuff together. You know, you don't want to be seeking out anybody, and you don't want anybody telling you the whole bunch of wrong stuff. I mean, I got a lot of wrong information growing up from men that were only teaching me what they knew. You know, I don't fault them for that. It's just they didn't know no better. So they gave me what they had, and I took it and I ran with it until I learned better. So with us being on this show, us doing this show, us trying to be better men ourselves, like I said, God put me in charge of trying to do something different. It's been a year since we started this show, and we're gonna have an anniversary show later. But I just wanted to say thank y'all first of all for watching. Thank y'all for all the comments and stuff. Thank y'all for the messages that I get after the show. You know, thank y'all for the subject matter sometimes y'all give to me. But I just want to say that, you know, it take all of us. It is going to take all of us. If we want to change the state of these young people today, the older people got to get their stuff together. You know, and try to help somebody. If you know a young man that's in your neighborhood or somebody that you work with, or some young guy that just ain't got no guidance and just ain't going the right way, don't be afraid to open your mouth. You know, one thing I can tell you from a man's standpoint, especially when I was a younger man, is that I appreciated when older men would come when they saw me doing something wrong. You know, if they came at me correctly, you know, just say, hey, bro, let me talk to you for a minute. Hey, man, I seen you doing such and such. I just want you to know, man, you know, there's a better way to do that. You know, and most of the time I will listen. If you pull my coattail to something, as the old people would say, I will listen. You know, it's just, you know, you can't go at them screaming and hollering. Some of them might even cuss you out, but it's still your job as a man to, if you see another man doing something that just ain't right, say something. Don't let a man go unchecked when you know they wrong. You know, when you know in their heart they wrong, say something. Hey, bro, I ain't like what you did just then. Hey, bro, I think it's a better way to do that. Hey, man, don't treat your wife like that, man. Not in front of me. You know, just take a stand. You know, I always heard growing up, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So be that person, man. Be that man's man. You know, help another dude, man. Talk to him. You know, help a younger guy. Talk to him. You know, just open your mouth and say something to him, man. I promise you, it'll work out. It'll work out. All right. Well, with that being said, man, Jack, I appreciate you coming on the show with us tonight, man. No I hope that you be able to continue to join us, man, as we continue this endeavor. This is our first show back this year, and I appreciate you guys coming on here with us. And you know, everybody wasn't available today, but that's all good. Like I said, we're gonna have a big anniversary show here soon, and you know, we're gonna try to have everybody on here.
Like I said, just give me a heads up. Just give me a heads up.
Yes, sir. So that being said, man, we're gonna bid y'all good night,